it's me Kevin here again from Yolno Productions, and this is the first episode of a new show I'm hoping to continue. I still don't have a name for it, so if you have any name suggestions, throw them out. But the general gist of it is I'll be watching pay-per-views, SmackDown, Raw, and the next day I'll bring general highlights. General highlights. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, right, so for the first episode I'm going to give you the highlights from last night's Survivor Series. And oh folks, was it a fucking doozy of a one. Definitely by far the best of the big four pay-per-views this year. Triple H winning the Rumble was a bit of a shocker, but it kind of... not a lot of people liked it. WrestleMania was okay. SummerSlam was okay till the ending with Lesnar. That was a bit... didn't go down well with the fans. Survivor Series though, this definitely has big four status about it. No, it's not without its faults. No pay-per-view is, but it there was a couple of surprises, and yeah. So we opened up with the women's elimination tag match. As all the participants came out to the ring, it was obvious, where's Nikki Bella? So everyone, they're all looking at Carmella, or did she attack her? Then you see a slight grin on Charlotte's face. Next week we know we're following a cameraman backstage, and Nikki's lying, sitting on the ground with a doctor, and the doctor said she's not clear to fight. So Natalya was there with Daniel Bryan trying to comfort her, and Natalya goes, look, we need a fifth member. I'm the coach of the team, just throw me in. And Daniel Bryan pretty much goes, well look, I have no choice, yeah, go on, get out there. So Natalya replaced Nikki as the fifth member of Team SmackDown. Still unknown who attacked her. A couple of suspects are Carmella, considering the rivalry she's been having with Nikki Bella for the last couple of months. Given but Charlotte and Dana Brooke are also suspects, especially the warning Charlotte gave Nikki Bella during the pre-show about watch your back. So the match itself, very good match. Nia Jax, she was absolutely dominant in the match. She crushed nearly everyone in front of her. That she was there, she'd knock one person to the ground, she'd just signal over to SmackDown, send us another, and that went on. She was just dominant throughout most of the match, till she finally got eliminated by Becky Lynch. She didn't get pinned, she tapped out to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch tapped her out with the disarmer, which, as a Becky Lynch fan, I was absolutely delighted to see. Overall, very entertaining match. There were some great high spots, especially from Naomi and Alexa Bliss. Those two girls have really, like I said in my predictions video, those two have really come into their own the last couple of months, and I'm really liking their stuff. So then we had, so there was a couple of moments I was hoping to see in this match. One of them being the four horsewomen in the ring together. We got it very briefly. Becky was in the ring. She went up against Bayley. Then Charlotte tagged herself in, and then Sasha tagged herself in. So nothing really happened. You just had the four of them in the ring for one moment. To be honest, I'm not even sure if the crowd even picked up on that, but I suppose it was maybe WWE are waiting for something bigger or something else to put the four horsewomen together in a match. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see, folks. So the match finished up with Bayley and Charlotte on one side and Becky on her own on the other. Even Sasha Banks wasn't there at the end. So Charlotte was sitting on the outside, kind of taking a bit of a breather because she'd taken a bit of a beating from Becky. So it was Becky versus Bayley at the end. Some great stuff, some straight fire shots from Becky to Bayley. But Bayley took the win with a Bayley to belly suplex and got the pin on Becky, winning the match Raw. But it didn't end there. Charlotte initially looked like, cheers Becky, you won it for Raw, and then proceeded to kick the crap out of her. So hopefully we'll see on the Raw tonight. Hopefully there'll be a follow-up to that. Maybe, hopefully this is the start of a Bayley-Charlotte program for the title. We don't know, we'll have to just wait for Raw. So up next then we had the IC Championship, Zayn versus The Miz. This was a good match, it was a very good match. It was the same quality that The Miz has been putting on of late, mixed with Zayn's usual great quality of wrestling. It was building up to be a very good match. There were some great spots in it, especially the two of them trying to get the figure four on each other. When Zayn put it on The Miz, it looked vicious. Like, it looked probably one of the best figure fours I've seen in a long time, maybe since the days of Ric Flair. But the match was spoiled, by the ending. Sami had The Miz in the figure four. Miz was crawling to the rope. Sami pulled him back into the ring. Next week we hear the bell go off, and everyone's going, "What the?" Sami's after thinking he's won, brilliant. But the camera cuts over, and it's Maurice is ringing the bell. So while everyone's distracted, The Miz gets a roll-up pin and pulls on the tights, getting the win on Sami and retaining the IC Championship. I don't know how. I really like I say, I was never really a massive fan of The Miz, but since he went to SmackDown, he's been proving me wrong, and I really like his stuff lately. I like that he's one of the few pure heels in WWE, but the whole kind of Maurice helping him win all the time, this has got to build to something. It can't just. He can't just retain all the time because of Maurice. I don't know, maybe one of the women division participants, I don't know, maybe they team up with whoever his next opponent is just to keep Maurice out of it, or they could do like they did in NXT and stick her in a shark cage. Not a bad idea. You're kind of going down strip club territory. Then that could be dodgy, or it could be good. Anyway. So yeah, so it was building up to be. It was a very good match. The ending spoiled it a little for me anyway. So up next then was the 20-man tag elimination match. This was a generally by the numbers match. Couple of surprises in it. Don't get me wrong, it was still a good match, but it didn't feel like it had anything really special to it. The biggest shock of it was the New Day were the second team eliminated shortly after Breezango. After that, it just kind of went by the numbers again for a bit. When eventually it came down to the Usos versus Sheamus and Cesaro, and Sheamus and Cesaro, one of the teams that no one expected to be there at the end. Everyone was saying the Club, New Day, American Alphas, Slater and Rhino. All the reviews and prediction videos from other channels that I saw, no one predicted Sheamus and Cesaro, even myself. I didn't predict them to be there at the end. But yeah, Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos at the end. And for me anyway, this was probably the best of the whole match, because this actually was very interesting. There's some great wrestling in this between all four of them. But Sheamus and Cesaro pick up the win. Cesaro locks the sharpshooter on one of the Usos. I can't remember which, because it's at times it's impossible to tell the difference between the two of them. But yeah, so Cesaro locks on the sharpshooter, which for any wrestling fan out there or anyone who knows anything about wrestling, if you win a match with a sharpshooter in Canada, that's going to earn you serious brownie points with the audience. So, and he locked it in good, like, so as he had it locked in, the other Uso decides to come in to try and super kick him, but gets intercepted by Sheamus, who lands a vicious brawl kick. So the Usos tap out, and Sheamus and Cesaro pick up the win for Raw. And as we found out then on the backstage segment shortly after that, Seth and Mick Foley were backstage talking about, oh, brilliant, Raw's 2 matches up already. We're having a great night. We're 2 matches up. We've retained the cruiserweights, which I'll get into in a minute. Yeah, so Mick then decides, well, do you know what? We should reward them. They've got a tag team championship shot against the New Day tomorrow night on Raw, which is brilliant. They get another shot at the title, but they're not going to win it. I don't know, what's the term, false praise, I suppose, because you know they're not going to win it, because New Day aren't dropping those titles till they beat Demolition's record. So, you know, nice gesture, but you know they're not going to get anything out of it. So, like, any team that goes, until that record's beaten, any team that goes for those titles, you know they're not going to win it, so kind of pointless. Anyway, moving on. So, like I was saying before, Raw retained the Cruiserweights. Brian Kendrick versus Callisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. Stipulation was, whichever one of them won it, not only would they bring the Cruiserweight Championship to their brand, they'd also bring the entire Cruiserweight division. So, big stakes here. You know, could have changed the landscape a little bit, especially with 205 Live being aired on Tuesdays after SmackDown. But apparently they didn't see the sense in having the one division on the same night instead of trying to stretch it out over 2 nights like they're apparently going to do. So, Kendrick versus Callisto, like I said, very good match. There's some great spots in it. Kendrick, when he landed that captain's hook on, when he locked that in on Callisto, he makes that move look absolutely vicious. He wrenches right back like there's no. He pulls that move right stiff like, and Callisto looked like he was in genuine fucking pain. Like, well, obviously your spine is meant to bend in that direction anyway, regardless if you're professionally trained or not. But yeah, no, very good match. The ending really spoiled it for me, and I'm not the only one on this. As it was looking like, actually at this point it didn't look like either one was going to win. It was still 50-50 which way it could go. But next minute, in runs Baron Corbin, takes out Kendrick from behind, which gets Callisto disqualified. Callisto gets Callisto disqualified. But yeah, so Kendrick retains, but then Corbin decides, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna beat the crap out of Callisto while I'm here. So then Daniel Bryan corners him backstage and goes, what the hell are you doing? You just cost us the Cruiserweights. And Daniel Bryan just goes, look, get out of my sight, I'll deal with you on Tuesday. So it was actually building up to be a very good match, folks, and it's like, it was at that point where you still didn't know which way it could go. It could have gone either way at that point. But yeah, I know, I do see, like, doing something like this really suits Corbin's character, but at the end of the day, it's, there could be, I know there was big stakes involved, and it was probably a good time to, I don't know how to feel. Like, initially I was there, oh, for fuck's sake, Corbin, piss off. I was enjoying this match, but I suppose storyline wise it makes sense in a way. So just as long as there's a payoff from it on Tuesday, I'll be happy. If it's kind of like a lot of stuff after a pay-per-view is just washed under or swept under the rug, I'll be annoyed. But if there's a genuine payoff from this on Tuesday, okay, then I'll be happy with the ending. So then, folks, we had, and I'm surely not the only one that thinks this, the match of the night, and a possible match of the year candidate, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, we had the 10-man elimination tag match. Folks, this was a doozy, absolute cracker. You had everything different. You had from Ambrose and AJ Styles fighting. AJ Styles even causes Ambrose to get eliminated. As Shane looks on, kind of going, what the hell are you doing? So then after that, then we had Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon going at it, and Shane got the absolute shit kicked out of him in this match tonight, or last night, folks. He, fair play to him, he really put his body on the line in this one. He was, I say, for a good chunk of the match, he was in the ring. I say, if he wasn't in the ring the most, he was definitely second anyway in that. But yeah, like what he did, Bray and Orton grab Braun Strowman, pin him to the announcer's table while they're waiting for Shane to climb up on the turnbuckle. Shane dives off, elbow straight down into Strowman through the announce table, and just flattens the thing, and the two of them are flat out. Shane gets back in the ring, and this is one of my favourite spots tonight. Shane gets back in the ring, the ref is counted to 10. He's on 8 or 9, I think, at this stage. Braun gets to the apron, and he goes to climb in the ring, and he can't. Next minute, ref counts him out. Camera looks down. Ellsworth from underneath the ring, holding on to Braun Strowman's leg, stopped him getting in the ring. I thought it was hilarious. But as Ellsworth bolts, and for the ramp, with Strowman chasing after him, Strowman catches up to him and throws him straight off the ramp through a couple of tables. And he looked like he hit them right hard. So that was fantastic to see. After a while of just kind of back and forth tags here and there, Shane and Roman went at it, and Shane took on Roman and Rollins at the same time, and started beating Rollins' head with his own knee. And if you're struggling to imagine, just go watch it. No, I'm not lying. He actually did that. He started beating Rollins' head with Rollins' own knee. So yeah, no, you'd have to see it to believe it. So he knocks Rollins out of the ring, continues to fight Reigns, knocks Reigns into the corner, goes to the opposite corner, starts climbing to perform the coast to coast. Now this, folks, what I'm about to say is brutal. He goes for the coast to coast. Reigns catches him midair, spears him, knocks him out. Like, Shane's eye, when the camera's doing it, Shane's eyes just rolled up into the back of his head. And I don't know if it was a work or a shoot, but Shane looked legitimately knocked the fuck out. His eye, like he was googly eyed. So the ref takes one look at him, goes, no, he's done, eliminated, TKO. Well, I'm assuming TKO. Like, why else would he have been eliminated? Because Reigns went for the pin, but the ref stopped the 2 because he could see that Shane's shoulder was up. So, but then the ref looks at Shane and goes, no, he's done, out. So the medics come out and they take a look at him and they walk. No, he walked with help. He walked back to the backstage area, but he looked generally concussed. So hope you're okay, Shane. So not too long after that, folks, we had Reigns and Rollins teaming up yet again. This time against AJ Styles. But at the same time, Ambrose runs into the ring and starts attacking Styles. Obviously because Styles didn't help him earlier on when he got eliminated. But the whole feud going on between them. So Reigns and Rollins are beating up Styles outside. Ambrose makes his way around. The three of them just look at each other and just go, yeah, get him up. For one moment we did Shield reunion, triple power bomb on AJ Styles through the announce table. Folks, I won't lie, I marked the hell out for this. Joe, they've been teasing this for weeks and they delivered. Joe, they didn't tease like a lot of times where they tease us about something and then fob us off. No, they delivered on this one. So that was a great spot. So the closing moments of the match were Reigns versus the Wyatts. All three. Yes, Luke Harper did come down to ringside at the end to help out, but Reigns even took him out of the equation. So it was Reigns and Bray in the ring. Reigns is setting up for a spear. As he's going for the spear, Orton steps into the ring, steps in front of Reigns and takes a spear. Bray takes advantage of that, grabs Reigns with Sister Abigail, picking up the win. Another shock moment in this. Bray picking up the win and at a pay-per-view, and a high stakes pay-per-view at that. So that was that was actually a very good ending to what was a fantastic match. And like I said, as far as I'm concerned, match of the night. We'll move on to the main event, the very, very short main event. Lesnar versus Goldberg. And I picked Lesnar because I said there's no way they'd have Lesnar lose to Goldberg twice. Oh, how wrong was I? 1 minute 25 seconds. Goldberg destroyed Lesnar. The video package they showed before it was longer than their match. I'm just, I'm still a bit conflicted about this because to be honest, it only happened a few hours ago. I'm still trying to digest what I saw. This could be the greatest thing that they've ever done, or the worst thing that they've ever done. It all depends on how they follow it up. Like I said, WWE have a habit of sweeping shit from a pay-per-view under the rug and forgetting about it, and like something big happens on a pay-per-view, never heard about it again. If they continue this during tonight's Raw and onwards, this could be one of the greatest paper or main events in the last couple of years, as not excluding Lesnar beating the streak. But it was Lesnar beating the streak shock level. So basically the match was Lesnar and Goldberg facing off. Lesnar picks up Goldberg, slams him into the rope. Goldberg completely no-sells it, just stares Lesnar down, shoves Lesnar. Lesnar lands on his ass, and he's looking up at Goldberg initially with shock, and then starts laughing at him. Goldberg hits a spear, drops Lesnar to the ground, it wins him. Second spear, drops him again, hits him with a jackhammer. 1, 2, 3, match is over in 1 minute 25. I was literally going, that was my face, folks. I was there. I happened to be watching, I had Stephen Larson's Going In Raw live stream on the other screen beside me. So I was kind of using them as my colour commentary, because I can't stand the commentary teams on WWE at the moment. But I was watching them because they were a few seconds behind, so I looked at them, see what their reaction is. Steve gave the exact same reaction I did. Hands in the head and the eyes going, fuck. So everyone was shocked. No one saw this coming. Goldberg to beat Lesnar is one thing, but to squash him, holy crap. Now, like I said, this could be an absolutely fantastic storyline. Now, I did find out later on afterwards that apparently Goldberg agreed to do a match at WrestleMania just before he went out to the match tonight. So it could have been whether this was planned in the long run or it was a last minute thing. Now, some people are speculating that Shane was meant to come out and cause interference, but because he was obviously concussed during his own match, that they had to change stuff on the fly. So this could have been a very last minute decision. Others are saying, it could be that Goldberg can't go for very long, so that have him win quick or whatever. Others are saying that maybe he agreed to a second match just so he could win in front of his family tonight. There's so much speculation around this at the moment, why it happened. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. Something will surely come out, maybe dirt sheets or something like that. But yeah, this was a great ending to what was definitely the best of the big fours this year. Like I said, Rumble, meh. Mania, meh. SummerSlam, meh. Survivor Series, yeah. I was generally in shock, folks. To be honest, the reputation that the big four pay-per-views have gotten throughout the year, I didn't expect a whole pile from this. Or was I pleasantly surprised. I thought WWE would just half-ass it as they usually do sometimes. With the big four this year especially, it just seems like they've been half-assing it. But no, they did not half-ass it in this one. Okay, there was a couple of moments, but the overall pay-per-view, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I didn't see the previous show, so I can't obviously comment on that. But yeah, overall, folks, I thought it was a very entertaining pay-per-view. So, folks, what did you think of the pay-per-view? Leave your comments below. I'm Kevin from Yellow Productions. This has been General Highlights. Actually, I kind of like that name. Yeah, General Highlights. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. So yeah, folks, cheers for tuning in. There should be another one of these out tomorrow for tonight's Raw. And unless some of you don't know, I'm Irish, so yes, it means I do stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning to watch it, then turn around and film this. So hope you appreciate it. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Kevin O'Meester. Link will be in the description as per usual. So until tomorrow, folks, have a good one. Look.